It's 9 a.m. Do you know where your customers are? Well, it's 10 o'clock Eastern time, right? I'm on Central. Do you know where your customers are? Because the money is in the list, always has been, always will be. But in order to build your list, you have to know where your customers are and how to reach your customers. So we're going to break this down real simple. Step number one is you got to reach your customers on social. Now, this is whether you're doing organic or you're doing ads. Your customers right now, they're on Facebook, they're on LinkedIn, they're on TikTok, they're on Twitter, X Twitter, right? They're on these places. And now you can do paid acquisition, but you're still got to pay for ads where the customers are. This is where the customers are, right? So you have two choices. You can do the organic, which takes your time, or you can do the paid, which takes your money. They both work. And if you're smart, you probably do both of them, right? If you have the money to do the paid ads. But what you can do right now today is up the amount of social media that you do. So in Alex Hormozi's book, $100 Million Leads, he was talking about this, and he said the number one reason that most people aren't getting the results they want on social media is they just aren't doing enough. And so tonight I'm doing a workshop, and I'm actually showing people how to take one post and turn it into 100 posts. Which is a pretty cool thing. And then how to automate the distribution. Some really cool stuff about automating the distribution of your social media and your posts. So, number one, you got to know where your customers are, and you got to have a way to reach them. Now, one of the things you want to do is observe what kind of posts, what kind of topics, what kind of approach seems to be working for other people who are reaching your target market or your target audience. Because I think you innovate after you've got the fundamentals, but when you're starting out, or if you're trying to get traction in a platform, do what the successful people do. Then after you master it, you can start changing, innovating, trying different things. A lot of people, they're like, well, I don't want to do what other people are doing. I want to be different. I'm going to go out and just do whatever. And I don't think if you're trying to get traction on a platform, that's not smart. Do what's already working. Then after you're doing what's already working, you can go out and you can innovate. So now step number two with your social media is to determine your own trade-off between your quality and your quantity. And for most people, they need to up their quantity before they up their quality. According to Alex Hormozi, I don't claim to be the god of organic marketing, although we're doing a fair amount of organic here. But I think I see the logic in that. What I mean is, it just takes a certain amount of activity to even get attention, for anyone to even know that you exist. Now, after they know that you exist, they care about the quality of your message, but first they have to know that you're even there. First they have to see you, right? And they have to see you consistently. And so I think that's the one thing. Now, another thing that Alex said that I agree with was to use as much automation as you can. And I changed my viewpoint on this. I really didn't used to want to use that much automation. But I think today, because of the amount of competing messages and so forth, that it's smart to use as much automation as you can that falls within the realm of what I would call white hat. I don't like black hat automation, don't particularly like gray hat, but I do like white hat automation, right? And so I'm using different tools that help me leverage and create my social presence. I recommend that, right? I think it's smart. For example, I use one thing that I do is every day I have a program that will create clips of my video that I do of the day, and I just click a button and that goes out to TikTok and YouTube and so forth, right? That's cool. And it only takes me 1 minute of my time or so. To me is a great freaking use of automation. And one of the advantages of this is I'm doing shorts now. Before I wasn't doing shorts and I wasn't doing reels just because I never got around to it because I didn't have the time to do it. But this way, I'm actually able to do shorts and reels, Instagram, reels, YouTube shorts, and TikTok. I just think that's fantastic use of automation, right? And then, so you up your, in step 2, you up your volume if that's what you need. Now, if you already have volume, then step 2 for you might be increasing your quantity because you got to be able to get response, right? You got to be able to put out stuff that gets response. And then step number 3 is to get the opt-ins. And so what we're actually testing now, because we have our social media, it's going out there pretty strong. I think we're doing a good job on that, but we're not getting the amount of opt-ins that I really want, which does remind me, if you go to resellertoolkit.com/70K, you can get my free book on how I sold 70,000 products online. There were $60 up to $2,500, and it's free without cost or obligation. That's resellertoolkit.com/70K. So what we're doing is we're putting out pages like the one you just saw onto social media that are with a specific purpose or a specific objective to get the opt-in. Now, this isn't all we're doing. I think you got to put out regular content and mix in the opt-ins. Right? I think you got to have both. But I think you got to have the specific call to actions on social media, or people will like you, they'll see you, they'll know you're visible, but they won't end up on your email list. And the money's in the list, so you've really got to work at it, to me, at getting them onto your email list. You want to be visible, you want to be out there, you want to be seen, but you also want to get people onto your email list. And still, today, the best way to get people onto your email list is to offer a really attractive freebie. And I have one favorite story about this, then we'll wrap it up today. So this was way back, but there was a guy that, I think Brian Williams, he created Scrapebox Toots, which was, back then, there was a tool that people use. I don't know if they still use it anymore or not, but they use it for search engine optimization on blogs and so forth. And it was called Scrapebox, and it would help them get backlinks, right? And so what he did was he created a members area that had the most unbelievable, awesome tutorials about Scrapebox that you've ever seen. I still think these tutorials, like if he launched them out today and they were so timely, people would be like, wow, these tutorials are fantastic. These look so great, right? Just really fantastic. Just a great looking members area, but it was free. And it could have easily sold for, I don't know, 100 or more. It was a fantastic site. And that thing just exploded and grew his whole business just by viral word of mouth. Now, there are different approaches to your opt-ins. That's like what's the word for it? A value bomb approach. The other approach is to have the really narrow, free video, free report, free whatever, that solves a very specific problem. There's more than one way to get to see the Wizard of Oz, right? There's more than one way to do the deal. But I think however you do it, you gotta, like mine is a value bomb, 70-page book, how I sold 70,000 products online. And that's a great report, right? Just a fantastic, or I think it is a fantastic report, right? But you can also do the thin report, or one problem, one solution, especially if you're starting out and you just need something that you can get done in a day. And the checklists, resource lists, all those things, they work great. Anyway, the point is you got to get visibility out there on social media. Then you've got to put your opt-in page out there, your email capture page that pulls people into your list. And then once you have them on your list, you send out your offers. You mix in some content, like today is I do my best to do a Substack newsletter on Friday. As I'm recording this is Friday, so I'm hoping to have time to get out my newsletter. To have my seminar tonight, so my schedule's a little bit wonky. But anyway, but you want to try to get value out to your list, and then also get offers out to your list, either for your own products or for affiliate offers. So I hope this gives you a few ideas and insights. The social media today is so powerful, and it's where your customers are, and you've got to reach them. But I think you got to work harder at it than you did a year or two ago. Right, a couple years ago, you could just put out a few posts, and people, oh my gosh, these posts are so great. The posts would blow up. Well, we don't live in that world any longer, and so now I think you have to leverage technology to be able to get yourself out there more and get your opt-in out there, get people on your list. Once people are on your list, you're probably in your comfort zone of marketing. All right, this is Marlon Sanders. Thank you for joining me today. Let me go ahead and just check real quick and see who we have online today. I always like to try to give people a shout out that are on with me live. All right. I see we have people on here. Here was a comment. It said, balancing automation with the personal touch. Hey, Wesley, how are you doing? Yes, I think that is true, Wesley, that when automation is great, but you're absolutely right. It has to be combined with the more personal touch, because I don't think automation alone is going to be real effective. And so, but it's a tool that can really help you get your message out there at an accelerated pace. But I still think you want to put your human element into it. Otherwise, you can be mistaken for AI. Anyone that has access to AI, which everyone does, could do just as good as you. So the only thing you have that sets you apart from AI is your memories, your experience, right? The wisdom that you have to share, your stories, right? So thank you all for joining. You all have a great day. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.